Yo, what's going on? Popenyco back with another video, and today we got a very special video finishing off the Freddie Mercury musical Prostitute interview. I think I did part 1 a couple weeks ago, and now we got part 2, and I'll probably react to some Queen songs after this, so let's just get right into it. One of the greatest voices, rock musicians the world has ever seen, Freddie Mercury. Gone too soon. Musical Prostitute, part 2. Let's get right into it.
You were also recording something with Michael Jackson that was not released yet. I think the song is even called Victory. Is that true?
That's right. Yeah. I've done like 3 tracks with him, and that was about a year ago, even longer than that. And yes, Victory was one of the songs, but he wanted to use the title for the Jackson thing. But the song is still there, and it's probably just waiting until the two of us get together and finish it.
You haven't finished it yet?
No, I mean, it's just because he has commitments, I have commitments, and it's very difficult. I mean, he's on tour, I'm going on tour, and you've got to sort of, it's very, very difficult when 2 different, musicians trying to get together. I mean, he has to do his stuff, and it's just that when I was spending some time in LA and we're friends, he said, "Oh, why don't we try something?" So, I mean, one day it'll probably be finished. And the other song is called State of Shock, which I did, and Mick Jagger's on it. But it's all okay because Michael called me up and said, "Look, I want to finish a song. I want it on the Jackson's album." And I said, "I can't come over because I'm in Munich." And he said, "Well, is it okay if Mick does it?" So I said, "Fine, Songs are songs. I mean, as long as our friendship carries on, we can write all kinds of songs after that."
With what other people could you think of cooperating like you did with Bowie and Jackson on this unreleased stuff? What are people who are interested?
It depends. I mean, I just I don't sort of think of those things. I mean, sometimes you just meet friends, and if you think about doing a song together, you talk about that. Otherwise, that's not what I think about all the time. I mean, Elton and I have been friends for a long time, but we've actually sort of said to each other, one day we'll probably go in there together and write a song. But it's better being friends, you know what I mean? Mm. And the thing about it is spontaneity. So I mean, it's just if it happens that we're talking and suddenly we say, "Oh, let's go in the studio and do it," that's the best thing. And that's what happened with David Bowie. He was just around. We were having dinner for a couple of days, and we were recording in the studio, and he just said, "Oh, maybe I'll come in and just see what happens." So it wasn't planned. If it is planned, then it's boring, because then and we were just going in there and fooling around to see what happened. And suddenly this song started taking shape, and we said, "Oh, that's quite nice. Let's work on it a bit." And the result of that was Under Pressure. So I'm not really. I don't get up every morning and say, "Okay, who am I going to work with today?" Those kind of things don't work.
How would you describe yourself as an artist? Would you say that you're a very organized person, very spontaneous person, or how would you say?
No, myself as an artist, I'm just a musical prostitute, my dear. It's basically
organized or not?
Oh, who cares? Disorganized and organized. That's an asshole question to ask anybody. It's just, I don't know, I'm just me, I'm just me. I'm very disorganized at times, I'm organized at times, and I'm just me.
What emotions do you have when you see old stuff, for example, like you mentioned before, with long hair and black fingernails?
Oh, when I see myself?
When you see yourself.
Oh dear, I want to tear them all up. I just think, I actually laugh at myself. But I know that it was something that you have to do. I think someone like Boy George, in about 5 or 10 years' time, is going to look and say, "Oh my God, did I really look like that?" But he knows that it was relevant at the time, and it was right. And I think I don't regret any of the things I did. It's just that I laugh. I mean, what did you look like 10 years ago?
Horrible, yeah.
Do you look at your pictures? And
yes.
Oh, there you are. Then. So I mean, I just think, and it's a process of growing up. It's experience, and I just think at this point in time, I think if I had long hair and fingernails and wearing the things, I would look ridiculous. I mean, I looked ridiculous then, but it worked. But it was all right then. So it's just growing up and gaining experience.
if you look at all members of the band, I know it's a difficult question, but what do you think every single member does contribute to the special chemistry that's Queen in the end?
What do I think? What they give? Well, it's hard to sort of pinpoint those things because I mean, we certainly have it's an ingredient between the four of us. Otherwise, it wouldn't have worked, especially for this long. And we all have a role to play, but I couldn't tell you what it was. I mean, it's just the only thing I could tell you is that the reason is because we are diverse. We're four different characters coming from, and that's why I think it's worked. Not two of us are the same. I mean, so that we all like totally different things, but we come together. It's a chemistry that works. And I couldn't tell you what it was, because I mean, who can? It's just something that seems to fit. And that's what good bands are made of, you know? And we're good.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's the line, the end on. That was perfect.
So there you go. He said, I'm just a musical prostitute. What? Hey, but Freddie Mercury, and I don't know about this interviewer dude. In part one, he asked that same question, how have you guys been able to work out for so long? And Freddie literally said, everybody has their own ideas and it's like 4 solo albums in one album. And then he asked the same question here again, how you guys been able to work for so long? So see, I understand why, these artists and musicians really don't like doing all these interviews and stuff, because the interviewers, they need to come up with better questions. They're like more intricate things to ask. But hey, what did you learn from Freddie? What did he say? He was gonna do a song with Michael Jackson. Freddie, they don't have a song together and Michael Jackson. But that's crazy. He just considers all these people that a lot of people look up to and see as like icons and stuff. Mick Jagger, Elton John. He just considers them friends, and it's really cool that he didn't try to force music between all them. He was going to be friends with them. If it happened, they made made a song together, it happened. Freddie Mercury, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson and Freddie Mercury recorded 3 tracks at MJ's private home studio in 1983. Dramatically charismatic frontman. Other was known as the King of Pop. Wow, Freddie Mercury and Michael Jackson making a song together, that'd be crazy. You already saw with like you said, David Bowie. I say David Bowie. Him and David Bowie making Under Pressure, one of the biggest songs during the time, and still a very big song, very relevant song. So I mean, pretty much everybody, with life experience, finding out what you want to do with your life and how to, go about it in the most positive way possible, with all the pressures and everything. But yeah, I don't think they released a song together, but they definitely, they're in the studio a couple times, but I can only imagine the scheduling. How would they ever make a song together? It's Michael Jackson, when he was blowing up back in the day like that, how would he ever have time to do anything? But hey, there you go, part 2. You have any more interviews or anything interesting about any other artists that you want to check out? I'll add it to the list of reactions. I'm probably about to react to a Queen song right here. Maybe a couple Queen songs, we'll see. If you made this far, thanks for watching. I'll be back with another video very soon. Like and subscribe if you're new.